Good morning. Food for thought. Meditations for overeaters. Less food, more energy. When we have used excess food as a crutch for years, we think we need it to keep up our energy. We have become especially dependent on the refined carbohydrates, sugar, and flour to give us a quick pickup when we are tired. The truth of the matter is that the pickup, that sharp rise in blood sugar we got when we ate refined sugar and flour, was soon followed by an even sharper letdown. We ended up more tired than when we began. Excess food of any kind makes us groggy and lethargic. When we eliminate the wrong kind of food and eat only the amount which our bodies need for optimum functioning, we are amazed at the supply of energy that we suddenly have. Jobs which we have put off for years begin to get done. We feel good. Instead of spending unnecessary time uh, or, for extra eating and digesting, we have that time to use in productive, enjoyable activity. Try it and see. Higher power, strengthen my body and improve my attitude to serve. Now, it's funny just in doing these readings because they're pretty long, and I'm trying to get them to within a minute or 2 minutes. I get a little janky, so I wish they were a little smaller so I didn't feel the the angst to get ripped through it. So I don't know. I'll get the feel for this stuff, and I may end up starting to edit them a little bit so they're not so chunky. But good stuff. The phenomenal thing is that this is day 5 of doing these meditations and putting them into my morning, and I think I got 5 running days, consecutive days of no compulsive overeating, eating 3 abstinent meals a day, no snacking in between. I mean, it's miraculous to go through a shift. And I work at Costco, so on every break, it's like, yo, go run around and get all the samples. And there's almost always free food in the break room. And you know, I've I've had some successes with that, like little spurts of time where I can white knuckle my way through those and kind of get a rhythm. But I don't know, it just seems different that I'm doing this. And for example, I don't worry about the scratchy, really bad handwriting. You can't see any of that anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yesterday after doing my morning meditations, I did some writing. I wrote down a plan. I said, eat 3 reasonable meals and abstain from compulsive overeating. For breakfast, I'm going to eat at my brother's house and I'm going to bring some fruit, um, which I did, and it was a reasonable meal. And there were a couple of moments after the meal was done where we normally go shift over to the counter table bench bar area, and then we nibble, right? And there was a whole plate of bacon over there, and I'm like, yeah, I can have another piece of bacon. Bacon's good for you. It's all protein. But I didn't. I just helped cleaned up, and we went about our thing. Wished, it was my niece and her new husband were in town. And anyways, wrapped up. I went to a family gathering, had a family meal, and only ate a reasonable amount of food that was served at the table. And there was plenty of opportunity to eat more, but I didn't have a desire to. And the idea of, having a written plan allowed the plan to happen. And then lunch, I had written down, some veggies, some soup, and burritos. And I packed that and brought it to work, and I ate it at work. And I also ate the yogurt and fruit, which I had for dinner time. So I had, in dinner time, I said a burger, and it's at not that this matters, burger, but I do have the plant-based burgers. Um, that I'll eat through because they're on sale right now. I mean, they're only maybe $4.50, 400 or 400, 450 a pound, something like that. I'm always usually kind of connected to how much whatever the protein is costs per pound. Anyway, so a burger and some mozzarella sticks and then yogurt and fruit. But anyways, everything that I wrote down is what I ate. No more, no less. And I didn't sample at work, and I didn't eat in the break room, and more importantly, I had to sit in my car for 4 hours last night, and normally I got a bunch of food with me, and I just chowed through that whole time sitting out in the car, and I didn't, there may have been a thought or two, but nothing that triggered any kind of desire, and that's miraculous. So, anyways, I'm gonna do today what worked yesterday. I'm gonna finish up my morning dew here, and I'm gonna write out a food plan. I know yesterday I said I was gonna call my sponsor and bring him in on this, but I'm gonna do that today. I actually saw him yesterday. I bumped into him randomly at work, which happens, occasionally. But anyways, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Um, so I'm gonna do what worked yesterday, and for the rest of the day, excuse me, um, I'm definitely gonna ride my bike. I want to say 11 minutes and stretch for 11 minutes, and then do some strength exercises, a round of dumbbell work for the upper body, and definitely some stretching and squats and leg work for stability and strength. And then go give work an honest 6. Oh yeah, and I got yoga today too. I got yoga at 1 o'clock. So yoga and work, and have a good day. That's it. Super simple. Um, I think it's Amy chimed in with a really nice comment, and you know that's my hope, is that there's some people who um, catch on and want to do this morning meditation thing, and um, that's it. You know, I think that's what I said when I started doing this. It's like, even if one person uh, begins to solidify their morning meditation, their morning dew, wake up, get a cup of coffee, sit down, maybe get a window seat to look out the window, and do some morning spiritual reading. Um, Take a moment to make a plan for the day. Maybe start a process of doing some manifesting and visualization, uh, mantra work, get some affirmations of whatever you want to work on. And, you know, if you're involved in a 12-step process, great. If you're not and you're just kind of like what this is, that's great. But, just do a connection with your higher power, and start doing it every day. Carve out 10, 15 minutes before you run out into the melee. And I've been making this morning ritual a solid part of my work, my life. It's been several years now, and I don't see it going away. And I'm just super lucky that I mostly work in the afternoons, so my mornings are not rushed. And and I know people who have, real morning jobs that, they got to be out the door by 6 or 7. And, I know that they're having success with this as well, but they just got to go to bed an hour earlier and wake up an hour earlier. Or even if it's a half an hour earlier to bed, half an hour earlier up, So you can take 10 minutes, 15 minutes to make your connection, make a plan. It is having a huge impact on my world and my life and my experience and my attitude. And, you know, life is good. So, but it doesn't happen by mistake, is what I'm thinking I'm experiencing. It's happening because I'm doing this work. There is an absolute correlation. There is a cause and effect. The science of my spiritual connection, and it comes through work, right? I gotta put in the work in order to claim the benefits and the dividends of this spiritual connection. And that's all my higher power is waiting for me to do, is to chime in, show up, and, you know, have some fun too. You gotta see this. Yeah. Wink's a huge part of my morning, and if you've got an animal, if you've got a pet, I'm sure they'd like to get involved with yours. So, anyways, have a great day. We got snow outside again. I'm game for more. Bring it. Want to go skiing. And have a great day. Bye.